Did you know that Zenith is actually the only watch brand in the world that's allowed to put the word pilot on their dials? It's because, back in 1888, a whole 15 years before the Wright brothers made their first flight, Zenith filed their first copyright on the word. Zenith founder Georges Favre-Jacot was one of the first watchmakers to identify the importance of timekeeping for pilots in the early formative days of aviation. And fittingly, Zenith was also one of the first brands to produce a pilot's watch. These days, Zenith might be better known for their high-beat chronograph movements and high-tech skeletonized creations, like the Time+Tide Defy Skyline Skeleton Night Surf El Primero, for example, but they still make some fantastic pilot's watches. For 2023, Zenith has completely revamped their pilot collection, introducing a far more modern case and dial design that nevertheless still pays homage to the history of flight and pilot's watches. The new Zenith Pilot comes in two main flavours: the three-handed Pilot Automatic and the self-explanatory Pilot Big Date Flyback, a flyback chronograph. Both models are available in either vertically brushed stainless steel, which is a classic look, or in microblasted black ceramic, which, with its matte, stealthy aesthetic and lightweight construction, really makes it feel like a piece of high-tech aeronautical equipment. Let's take a closer look at the Pilot Automatic first. It's a pretty no-nonsense design, with modern numerals filled with superluminova, broad alpha hands, and a black opaline dial, which features a horizontal grooved design that calls to mind the corrugated metal fuselage of famous early planes, like the Junkers Ju-52. It's subtle but stylish. It doesn't disrupt the legibility of the watch while adding a little touch of flair. You'll also find a white on black date window at 6 o'clock with Zenith's retro Pilot trademark stamped just above. Another functional touch is the oversized crown, which is designed to be easily manipulated by pilots wearing thick flight gloves. The Zenith Pilot Big Date Flyback, on the other hand, adds a 1/10 of a second flyback chronograph complication to the mix, with two oversized totalizers joining the party at 3 and 9 o'clock on the dial, and the date at 6 o'clock becoming a big date complication. It features a patented mechanism that advances and stabilizes both of the big date's wheels in less than 0.03 seconds. The steel version features two additional little aesthetic touches. The central chronograph seconds hand and chronograph minutes hand are painted bright orange, while the 30-minute chronograph totalizer at 3 o'clock features a rainbow-coloured edge, a nod to the popular El Primero rainbow flyback of the 90s. Both the Zenith Pilot Big Date Flyback and the Pilot Automatic are powered by versions of Zenith's famous El Primero movement, the former featuring a more complicated flyback version of the movement that powers the Zenith Chronomaster Sport, while the latter utilising the simplified time-only version of the El Primero that made its debut with the Defy Skyline. Both versions of the El Primero that power these pilots beat at 5 Hz, boast 60-hour power reserves, and feature these open automatic rotors that are modelled after artificial horizon plane dashboard instruments, which inform pilots of their aircraft's orientation relative to the Earth's horizon. It's another cool nod to the world of aviation, but it also lets the wearer get an even better look at the movement that powers their watch. It's a nice touch. The Zenith Pilot Automatic measures up at 40mm, while the Pilot Big Date Flyback is slightly larger at 42.5mm, which is still a hell of a lot smaller than the previous generation Zenith Pilot, which was 45mm. However, I'd like to put it to you. Do you prefer the larger observation watch style of the previous gen, or do you prefer these smaller cases? Let me know by leaving a comment. All 4 versions of the new Zenith Pilot come mounted on sporty black Cordura Effect rubber straps, with the steel versions featuring an additional leather strap, which can be easily swapped on with the quick release mechanism integrated directly into the back of the straps. Pricing for the new Zenith Pilot collection starts at $11,400 Australian dollars for the steel Pilot Automatic. It goes all the way up to $20,400 for the ceramic Pilot Big Date Flyback. All 4 models are available now from Zenith boutiques or online. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and you haven't already subscribed to Time+Tide, then you should, so you can keep up to date with all of our videos as they drop. Until next time, don't be a stranger.